Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Blends View. In this video, I'll tell you about the actual concept of net run rate in cricket tournaments. Most of the times you see in big tournaments like World Cups, Champions Trophies, even in IPLs, you see many times when the points of two or more teams are the same, the net run rate is taken into consideration. Now what is this net run rate and how is it calculated? At first look, it seems to be very much complicated. People might think that this net run rate sometimes it increases, sometimes it does not, sometimes even after big wins, net run rate does not increase much, but even after some average wins, net run just changes drastically. Why this changes? Why this kind of confusions? So in this video, I'll clear all your confusions. Actually, net run rate is a very simple concept. People just get misguided by different experts. Currently, the T20 World Cup is going on, and in this pool, in which India, Pakistan, New Zealand, and this Namibia, Scotland, Afghanistan, these teams are there. In this group, there is a possibility that it will come down to net run rate only if two or more teams are in the same points. Situation might be that Pakistan has already qualified, no issue in that. But after that, New Zealand, India, and Afghanistan, one have to qualify out of these three. So suppose Afghanistan defeats New Zealand, then it will come down to net run rate only. So it is very important to understand the actual concept of net run rate. Okay. Many times we think that today this team has won with such a big margin, but still net run rate hasn't increased much. On the other day, we see that it was just an average win, not a big win, but still net run rate increased drastically. Okay, let's take example of two matches played in this World Cup recently, that India-Pakistan match and that Afghanistan-Scotland match. We have seen Pakistan defeated India by a huge margin, by 10 wickets. But how much the net run rate changed? It changed by only 0.9. Pakistan got plus 0.9 and India got minus 0.9. But on the other hand, this Afghanistan versus Scotland match, in that match also Afghanistan defeated Scotland by a big margin, but their net run rate got boosted by a huge 6 points. How is that? Pakistan got only 0.9 points and not even one full point, and here Afghanistan has got 6 points. Why such difference when both of them are big wins? So now I make it clear. See, the commentators and many others might sometimes not tell you the correct thing. Sometimes they say that it's a big win, so they will get so much points, and it's a small win, they will not get points. Many times they are wrong. Now let us review both the matches. What happened actually? India scored something around 151, and Pakistan chased it down in 17 overs, 17.1 or 17.5, something like that. So, and on the other hand, this Afghanistan-Scotland match, Afghanistan scored 190, while Scotland got out in somewhere in 60 to 70. So, what impact did it have on the actual net run rate? See, net run rate in actual has nothing to take with wickets. It is only based on the run rates of both the teams. It is the difference between the run rates of both the teams. Suppose, just I explain it in a bit more in this example. In that India-Pakistan match, India scored 151. So India's run rate was in 20 overs, 151 divided by 20, it was somewhere around 7.5. And on the other hand, Pakistan scored the same in 17.5 overs. So Pakistan's run rate will be somewhere around 8.4 or 8.5. So if you deduct Pakistan's run rate, 8.4 minus this 7.5, so you get 0.9. So net run rate for India will be minus 0.9 and for Pakistan it will be plus 0.9. On the other hand, that Afghanistan match, Afghanistan scored 190, so their run rate was 9.5, and Scotland got out in 60 to 70, somewhere around 3.3 or 3 point something their run rate was. So subtract it, 9.5 minus 3, so they get 6 to 6.5 points as their net run rate. So this is the fact. Wickets has got no role here. That is the reason the team batting first, they score the runs in 2 wickets, falling 2 wickets, or they get all out. the net run rate will be based on those runs scored in 20 overs. Yes, if they get out in 15 overs, then it will be considered as 20 overs only, because denominator have to be higher. They got out in 15 overs is their fault. So that's why if a team is failed to play a full 20 overs, it will be considered as 20 overs only. So total runs divided by the number of overs to be played. And secondly, the team batting second, again, if they chase it down in less overs, then the net run rate will be calculated as the total runs are scored by them divided by the overs played by them. On the other hand, if the team batting second is unable to chase, they get out in 15 overs or 10 overs. So in that case also, like in first innings, it will be considered as 20 overs only. So their net run rate will go down. So this is the basic concept of net run rate. You can see many confusions over. Many people are saying that you have to defeat them with 0 wicket. You have to score 200 at 0 wicket and get the opposition out in lower score. No, these are not the facts. Don't get confused. Net run rate is a very, very simple concept. It's simply the run rate of winning team minus the run rate of losing team. That's all. That's it. So okay, for now that's it. I saw many confusions over the internet among many people. Even many experts are describing it wrongly. That's why I made this video, to make your concepts clear. Okay, for now, today is India's match. Two big matches are there today. India versus Scotland, I think, and New Zealand versus Namibia. So you enjoy the World Cup, get the concepts of net run rate. Let's see who wins the World Cup, who performs well, and let's hope the best team wins the World Cup. Okay, thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.